Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today I have a couple of the new Knix swim pieces for you. Knix just randomly sent these to me. I didn't pick them. I didn't pick the sizing. So we'll see how everything fits. We'll see if I like the styles that they sent. But this is essentially the second half of their little swim launch from early March or late February. I forget exactly when it was. But I did try a couple of suits then if you want to check out that video. With this launch, they released some of the pieces from that original launch in new colors, new patterns, but then they also released some completely new styles. And I have a couple of those new styles that we'll try today. I know this time they did some much higher cut bottoms, which as we know, I absolutely love a high cut bottom, so I'm very excited for those. They have some sculpting one pieces, some one shoulder moments, some more like string bikinis, some bikinis for people with bigger boobs, couple different things that I think are really interesting, and I might try some other ones in the future, but for now they sent me a couple, so let's try them on together. Now, like always when it comes to Knix, I like to disclose that I am a Knix ambassador. That's why they send me free pieces occasionally. It does not mean I'm obligated to only say nice things. I always love to give my brutally honest and unbiased opinions about everything. That's just who I am as a person. Now, Knix did get rid of like always on discount codes for 2025. I've talked about this before, but there is a temporary discount code that is active until March 31st. If you see this before March 31st, 2025, that discount code should work for you. It saves you 20% off your entire order. If not, there should be more discount codes in the future, but I will also include the links to everything in this video down below in case you want to check them out. I'll also include what color I got and what size I got in everything. So if you miss it as we're going through, or you just want to check up on it again, you can find all of that info down there. In general, I would say I've really liked Knix Swimwear over the years. It's an area where I think they've been really consistently excellent. They have lots of like pretty trendy styles. They have lots of very classic ones that you would be able to wear forever. They have leak-proof swim options, which I personally really appreciate. And I like that they're starting to branch into some like slightly cheekier, slightly skimpier options while still having lots of very full coverage pieces if that's what you're looking for. And once again, I didn't exactly pick the pieces today. They just randomly sent them to me, which I really appreciate. Don't get me wrong, but there are a couple of new, very like high support pieces that are meant for people with larger busts that I do think I would like to try in the future. So if you're interested in seeing a review for those, definitely let me know. And if there are a couple of people that are interested, I will definitely do that. But without any further ado, let's take a look at the new pieces that they sent me. So first off, we have this little bikini. Now, once again, I didn't pick things and they just kind of sent them, so I did not pick the sizing. So for both pieces here, I'm wearing a size medium. And for reference, I usually wear a US size 10 in bottoms and around a 34 triple D in tops. So I typically would get a medium plus in most swim tops from Knix. However, I had actually tried this exact swim top in green previously. And at that time, once again, kind of a situation where Knix was just sending me stuff without me actually picking the sizing. I tried a large at that time and I actually found it a little bit big. So I'm finding that this size medium fits significantly better. I do think going up to a medium plus to just give me a tiny bit more cup room would probably be better because I have a tiny bit of spillage, but I think that it looks good, it fits well, and it is giving me enough support that I feel like I could wear this all day without any neck or back pain. This top has some ruching in the center, and then it's kind of similar to their old deep V swim tops. If you've tried those from previous years, you'll probably be pretty familiar with this. I think it's really cute, very flattering. It has adjustable straps and an adjustable band. So definitely a good bikini top option if you want a nice deep V, but you also want a bit of support and some adjustability. And then this bottom is actually one of the new styles that they released, which is the Sculpt High Cut Bikini Bottom. I absolutely love something more high cut. I've talked about this many times. I feel like it just makes your legs look a little bit more elongated, which I am only 5'1". I feel like it really helps me not feel so stumpy versus something that cuts off really low across the legs. Now, once again, this is in a size medium. I personally would have probably ordered myself a large. I usually do in all of the like sculpt pieces from Knix because I feel like they can just be ever so slightly tight. I don't feel like this is tight necessarily, but I'll admit I'm slightly self-conscious of the way that it's kind of like digging into the soft spots of my body here. So I have like a tiny bit of muffin top. I want to be clear, I don't think that it looks bad. I just feel like I feel a little bit self-conscious about it. As I said, I probably would have gone with a large for these if I were ordering them myself, and I think that that size probably I would have felt slightly less self-conscious in. But I do think that it looks very hot. I like this style of bottoms that cuts up. I like that they're not quite as high rise. I feel like I don't love like a super high rise as much as I used to, but it's still high enough to kind of cover up your tummy region, and the gusset is still nice and wide so you don't have to feel like anything is going to be popping out. I do also want to clarify, I am on day 1 of my period right now, so I definitely am at probably my lowest self-confidence of the month. Like, this is always the day when I feel terrible and cry a lot of the day, so I might be a little more harsh than usual. Now, the back of these, quite cheeky, definitely much more cheeky than most of the swim options at Knix. They carry tons of like really full coverage options, and I would say this is probably the cheekiest that they've done so far, but I love it. I think that it looks really, really cute. Now, is this a bikini that I would wear going and doing something with my in-laws? No. But if I was going to the beach with some friends or going on a trip with my husband, I think that this would be perfectly fine. Very cute. And I really like the brown color. Now, obviously, these came in other colors as well. And in addition to the like navy, white, black, and peridot green colors that they had for the last launch, this time they have this really beautiful brown, a pink, and then also a leopard print, which I thought was very cute. So if you like any of those colors or patterns, you can get those in all of these pieces, but also you can get them in a lot of the previous pieces that I tried on last time if you really like those styles, but these colors. But overall, I feel like this suit is very, very cute, very me, something that I will certainly wear. Definitely let me know how you feel about the high cut leg. I know that there are so many people that would much rather have like a standard bikini that's lower rise, but cuts lower across the hips. For some reason, I feel so much less confident and comfortable in those, and I wonder if it's just because I have like quite wide hips for my size, so I feel like it makes me look really wide when they cut across this widest part of me versus this kind of skims up, and I feel like it looks more flattering on my body shape. But definitely let me know what you think, and let's try on the next one. All right, next up we have the Sculpt one shoulder one piece. This is something where I say I don't know if I would have ordered this for myself, simply because I feel like every time I try on anything one shoulder, I'm just like, I don't know if it's for me. Like, I don't love the look of them on me for some reason. However, I will say I love the pink of this. I think that it's absolutely beautiful. The like really deep berry pink, absolutely love, and would love to get a like little bikini in this color, I think. Now, there were a couple of different one-piece options that were dropped with this little launch, and then this one obviously is the one shoulder version. Now, once again, this is in a size medium. This is one I probably would have gotten in a medium, or if it was available, maybe a medium plus just for more cup space. But I do actually think that it fits really well and looks quite good, despite it not necessarily being my style. I think it's a very pretty swimsuit. Something that I like about Knix swimsuits in general, a lot of times if you order a swimsuit from a cheaper place, even somewhere that I love, like a Cupshe, the fabric is just like fairly thin. Even when they say something is like a sculpting swimsuit, it's not in the same way that something from a Knix is. Like, these are all like very thick, double-lined, very structured fabrics. Yes, you're obviously paying a higher price for a swimsuit from Knix than you would be from somewhere cheaper, but I do always feel like when I take them out of the package, the quality is there. Like, when you're looking at a pair of swim bottoms, they feel thick. Once again, that gusset feels nice and wide, so you never have to feel like you're going to slip out of it. The padding in them is always fairly thick versus some cheaper brands where it's like that really thin, flimsy stuff that doesn't even stop your nips from showing through. They just feel like very well-made pieces, which makes it easier for me to justify the price of them, I guess. So this swimsuit, obviously one shoulder. I will say I struggled a little bit putting it on because I couldn't quite figure out where I needed to go. But essentially what I ended up doing is pulling on the bottoms, having this piece, and then kind of just like putting my one arm through it, putting my other arm through this section, and just squeezing into it. It is stretchy enough that you can absolutely squeeze into it, but it definitely feels like it's going to be a little tight until you get in, and until you kind of flatten out the back. If this is rolled up, it definitely doesn't feel right. So this suit has a cute little O-ring detail at the strap. The strap is decently wide, definitely wide enough that I'm not feeling like it's digging in. It has this little piece that comes across the bust. This does have a little shelf bra type situation in it with removable padding, which is interesting because in this style of swimsuit, I'm so used to having no support whatsoever and having it feel like my one boob is going to pop out at any second. I don't feel like I'm going to pop out of this. I do actually think that I could do things in this swimsuit, like actually go swimming, actually like walk around and talk to people and do stuff without constantly feeling like I need to pull it up, which is a relief. That's usually how I feel in a one shoulder type situation like this. Now, obviously it has the little stomach cutout. This whole top piece is only attached on this side. And then you can see this other side is open all the way along. The legs on this one are not quite as high cut. You could still obviously push them up a little bit if you wanted to, but they're a little bit more of a standard bikini cut. And the back of this one is a little bit more coverage than that last one, but still I would say a little bit less than like a super full classic coverage. I still think that it looks really cute, an appropriate amount of bum to be showing at a family thing maybe. I would be okay with that. And honestly, I'm actually a little bit surprised at how much I like this one. I think the pink color is really contributing to that. I love this color. And I know that the large bust swim tops, at least one of them, comes in this color, this one. Do I need to get it and get a little bikini bottom? I might, because I know that I would love to wear something this color all summer. But you'll definitely have to let me know, how do you feel about the one shoulder? I always feel like they look so good on other people, and I'm constantly like, wow, I love your swimsuit. I love your dress. That's like a one shoulder option. But every time I try them on me, I'm just like, I feel like they are not perfect for my body type for some reason, and I'm not sure why that is. But in general, definitely let me know for both swimsuits. Did you like them? Why or why not? How do we feel about the pink? How do we feel about one shoulder? And have you picked up anything from Knix so far this year? In particular, any of their new swim pieces or their newest bra? I would love to know. I would love to discuss down in the comment section. I have, of course, tried both, and I have strong opinions, both good and bad, about the bra, and also strong opinions on the swim. All good in that area. So definitely let me know. I would love to discuss with you. And like always, huge thank you for watching this video today. I hope you have a fabulous day and that I'll see you next time. Bye!